the North versus South tournament at Skyview here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Mountain Crest, Skyview Ridgeline taking on Pineview Snow Canyon. Canyon from down south. The juniors are real happy. They get to go to St. George next year. Those southern teams can't be happy about 20-degree temperatures, but at least we're in a gym, right? So tonight it's Pineview and Skyview. Skyview, Mason Falslip is the guy that makes this team go. They can do a lot of things though. They lose a lot of players, but they have an inside-out attack that makes them one of the teams to really watch in Region 12 this year. Pineview, three-headed monster. They got three guys that score in double figures, so you have to pick your poison on who you're going to stop, who you're going to concentrate on. They're an all-around team. We're expecting a good one here in Smithfield tonight. Skyview taking on Pineview coming up next on the Game of the Week.
They said I wasn't fast enough. Forget what they say. You define you. The way you move, the way you compete, the way you train. If you want to win on the field, you have to move like no one else has moved before. That's why I train with Rip 60. Power, speed, strength. If you train the Rip 60 way, you'll be able to do things you never thought possible.
Rip 60 features suspended rotation, the key to power so your body is forced to stabilize and balance throughout your workout, engaging more muscles and building your core with every move. The secret is the rotational carriage, which promotes more muscle activity, allowing you to build muscle fast.
I train like the pros. You can too. Get Rip 60.
Unlock the rewards of training the way elite athletes do in less than 60 minutes a day for just 60 days, so you can get incredible results like these fast. Call now and you can receive expedited shipping so you can reach your goal even faster.
Because you define you. Rip 60 training is the way.
Spicy sriracha chicken sandwich for a limited time.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, give that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, free logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Hey, we're at Skyview High School, where tonight Skyview and Pineview are going to face off in the North-South tournament. Right now we're in the national anthem at Skyview, so let's take a listen.
The
hosted by Skyview, the Cache Valley Bank 2017 North versus South tournament. Teams from Region 9 down in Cedar City and St. George playing against these teams from here in the Valley. Not all Valley teams. It's Skyview, Ridgeline, and Mountain Crest taking on Canyon View, Pine View, and Snow Canyon. We just got finished with the Snow Canyon Ridgeline game, and Ridgeline won that one in handy fashion to improve to 3-2 on the season, and Snow Canyon drops to 1-5. In this one, though, this is the nightcap of the Friday night games here at the tournament, and this one should be interesting. You've got a Pine View team that comes in at 5-0. You can only play who's on your schedule, and when you look at the schedule, it's not all that impressive. They beat Uinta, Richfield, Enterprise, and Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest probably the best team out of that group, and now they go against a 3-1 Skyview team. And probably for both teams, it may be their best test. Now, Skyview has a loss. That one was to Highland of Idaho. They had a big kid that Skyview had some trouble with. Mason Falsa went down early in that game, and he's their leading scorer. And so that ended up being an 83-72 loss at Highland of Idaho. That's up in Pocatello. But Kirk Hilliard, in his 7th year, coming off that 19-4 season and the #1 seed out of Region 1 and 5A, has some building blocks to build on after losing most of the pieces of a pretty good team last year. You know, they're going to get set here to introduce the teams in just a moment. We're going to take a break, but they've reset the clock, so I don't know that we have time to do that. So they've set it, and they've got both teams going to the benches, so we'll just wait for the starting lineups. But talking about those building blocks for Skyview, Mason Falslip, of course, at 15 points per game. The crazy thing about him is that he's just a sophomore. Cole DeBoard is somebody to keep an eye on, number 42. He's another sophomore. He's another guy worth keeping your eye on. Kobe Wilson is averaging in double figures at 10.5 for a kid that's not all that big, playing a tall person's sport. They list him at 6'2". I don't know if he's quite that tall. Andrew Dean is back after a couple of games being injured. And he's a good one to have back. Jack O'Donnell will start for Pine View. He's a 6'4" senior. O'Donnell averaging 11 a game. Taylor Tobler is 6 feet. He's a junior, averages 19 a game. Michael Moten, a 6-foot senior, averages 5 a game. Jacob Farish will get the start, and Farish is a senior at 6'6". And they've got some height advantage on Skyview. Andrew Dean, we spoke to him before. That's 6'4". Mason Falslip at 6'3". Peyton Lee is 5'10". Kobe Wilson at 6'2". And there is Cole DeBoer. He ought to be a rebounder with that name. Gavin Bateman is the other starter for Pine View that we failed to mention. So there's your starters. O'Donnell, Tobler, Moten, Bateman, and Farish against Dean, Falsip, Lee, Wilson, and DeBoer. We'll see Radford, Malik Horman, Tristan Hilliard, maybe some Cason Flaherty for Skyview. Probably see Hunter Moore and Dallin Brown for Pine View. Pine View will use more players than that. They're a physical team. They'll send waves of players after you. Big test for the Bobcats, well, and for the Panthers tonight. Cat fight in Smithfield. As the Bobcats control the tap underneath. There's the board. Hold the board with the first bucket of the game.
Skyview picking up some pressure near midcourt. Now they're going to drop back into a 2-3 look. High post. Kick it back out as O'Donnell couldn't find anything, going to Tobler. Tobler plays catch with Bateman. Farish and Bateman. There's Farish in the corner. 3-pointers up and good. Nope, they're going to say he was on the line, a 2-pointer. And a 2-pointer the other way for Wilson. The last game we did, Ridgeline and Snow Canyon, wasn't a great game offensively. This one's off to a much quicker start, a near turnover, but O'Donnell tracks it down. Tobler hands it to Bateman. And there's O'Donnell. Pineview working it around the perimeter. 3 on the way, won't go. 3 white jerseys looking for the board, and it's put back up and in by Farish. Farish has the first 4 points for Pineview as they hit the boards hard. Skyview is going to have to do better than that. On a miss, 4-4 with 6 minutes to play in the first period in Smithfield. It's a North versus South tournament. Pineview out of the St. George area. Here's Kobe Wilson. Back to Peyton Lee. Running 1-footer is good. He didn't shoot it from 1 foot. He shot it off of 1 foot. And it's a 6-4 Skyview lead. Donald. Bateman, Bateman finds Tobler. O'Donnell's high post, and instead they go to Moten. Moten misses, rebounded by Falsliff. Falsliff turns on the Jets, and he's shut off. Back to Wilson, 3, rims around and out. Rebounded by Moten. Bateman wins his way through traffic. Now takes a long 3-pointer, and he's got it. Bateman makes it 7-6 Pineview. 3 the other way from DeBoard as he answers. Goal DeBoard with 5, and it's 9-7 Skyview. As back and forth we go with 4:45 to play in the first period. Back to Bateman. Bateman looks for Tobler. Tobler zigged. Bateman zagged. Turnover. Pineview. First turnover of the game. Ryan Hopper is going to come into the ball game for Pineview, as well as Hunter Moore. Peyton Lee works on Moore, gives it off to DeBoard. DeBoard back to Dean on the pick and roll, way too high. And out of bounds, turnover for Skyview. Hopper and O'Donnell in the backcourt playing with it. Tobler now looking for it as Falsliff knocked it down. Tobler's able to get there. Hopper, a 5'9" sophomore, number 22 with the ball. Tobler averaging 19 a game, number 1, hasn't even attempted a shot yet. Brooksby into the ball game, number 14 as well for Pineview. Moore misses the 3. And Dean with a nice block out, and we're going the other way. DeBoard. He's got 5 points here in this first period. It's a 9-7 Skyview lead as Falsliff backs it out. 3.5 to play in the first. Falsliff working on Moore. Falsliff kicks it out. Lee for 3. Rhymes. Peyton Lee with 5 points and a timeout. 12-7. Skyview jumps out to the 5-point lead with 3:19 to play in the first period. Pineview takes a 30-second timeout. Pineview 5-0. We mentioned Ryan Eves in his second year. They were 17-6 last year, third in Region 9. They lost to Juan Diego in the first round of the playoffs, 47-42. No returning starters for this team. No returning starters, but they are deep, and they already, in this first period, have used, let's see, 8 players? 5, 6, 7, 8 players. 9. No big deal, so is Skyview. And we've got another guy coming on. It's Dallin Brown. There's the 9th guy that they've used, Dallin Brown. Dallin Brown averages 10 a game off the bench. Tobler and O'Donnell average 30 points a game between them. Hopper across the timeline. Moore and Hopper play and catch with it. Tobler still hasn't attempted a shot. 3 minutes to play in the first. A 5-point Skyview lead. An action-packed first 6 minutes, 5 minutes of this game. Working against that Skyview zone. Moore thought about the 3 and then decided against it. Moore this time takes it and he hits it. Hunter Moore with the 3, second three-pointer of the game for Pineview, and it's 12-10 Skyview. Falsliv and Lee. Lee with it. DeBoer working against a man defense. Now they switch on the pick. Falsliv backs it out against Tobler. Falsliv to DeBoer. DeBoer thought about the spin move and instead hands it off to Colby Wilson. And Falsliv has it back. Dean's down low and they're fronting him, so he can't get the entry pass. Falsliv, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, won't go. Rebound, put back will by Colby Wilson. Wilson with 4, and it's 14-10 Skyview. 1:45 to play in the first period. Trouble down low for Brown. It's knocked away. A turnover for Pineview. Quickly the other way to the Bobcats, and Cody Wilson has 6. 16-10 Skyview as they keep three-quarter court pressure on. 4 Panthers at the scorers table getting ready to check in. Pineview just throws waves of players at you. 1:10 to play in the first. 6-point Skyview lead. Up front it's Hopper. Brooksby in the corner. Back out to Tobler. Moore. Brown, Tobler, Brooksby, no good in a rebound foul. It looks like it's going to be called on Hunter Moore. That's the first foul on either team. There's 46 seconds to play in the first period. Bunch of guys come in for Pineview. O'Donnell's back, as is Moten. Farish comes back in. .33 seconds, and Lee holds out front near the scorer's table. Falsiv's going to hold on right on the V in that center circle. Under 20 seconds now. In fact, we're at 15. Falsiv straight away. Gets the pick, backs it out. 5 seconds. Raises 3, short. Wilson puts it back up, won't go. And he can't get a shot off as he kicks it out to Falsliv, and it's too late. And it's a 16-10 lead for Skyview at the end of 1. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Show.
me something, and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again, and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Back at Skyview High School, Eric Olson along with you as the Bobcats jump out to a 16-10 lead at the end of one period over Pineview. 5-0 Pineview with the win last night over Mountain Crest. This is the final game of Friday for this North versus South tournament. 7 p.m. nightcap. On the court for Skyview late in that period was Braden Radford at 6'6", the senior. Comes in right at the end of the quarter, and he's out there right now along with DeBoard, Wilson, Lee, and Falslip. Falslip did not score in that first period. Here's O'Donnell, shut off on the baseline. Back over to Tobler. His three is good. His first shot up and in. Taylor Tobler cuts the lead in half, 16-13. So he's the leading scorer for Pineview coming into this game. He hadn't scored. Falslip hasn't scored yet for Skyview. DeBoard loses control on the pick and roll, gives it back to Radford, an offensive foul. Radford picks up the first team foul for Skyview. 2 fouls have been called in this game so far. We've played the first period and 30 seconds of this one. Here's a turnover. Falslip, nice little wrap pass to Wilson, and then a swat by Moten. Get out, he says. Pineview with their third turnover, Skyview with one. Cody Wilson thought he had an easy layup, didn't see Moten come in behind him and swat it away. But Skyview keeps possession. Out front, Falslip, scoreless in this game, averages 15. He hasn't really asserted himself or looked to assert himself offensively. Now he's working on Moten. Broke his ankles. Radford with the baseline jumper from Falslip. Falslip had Moten on roller skates. 18-13 Skyview. We played just over a minute here in this second period. Three on the way. It was blocked by Falslip. Bateman had a three-pointer blocked by Falslip, just with his fingertips. Lee works against O'Donnell. Back to Falslip. Falslip and Bateman. Falslip trying to cross him over. Spins in. Kicks it off to Wilson. Three ball. Won't go. Rebounded by Falslip. Falslip little hook won't go. Rebound fought for, and Tobler. No, it's Farish that gets it out of there to Tobler. Tobler spinning in on DeBoard. DeBoard makes him miss. That's Moten with a board for Pineview. 5-point lead with 6 minutes to play in the first half for Skyview. Pineview looking to cut into it, knocked away and taken away by Skyview. Falslip against two Panthers, up and in. Falslip ends up on his can. No foul called, but the bucket's good. A 7-point Skyview lead. Tobler comes back the other way. He's got 5 quick points in his second period, and it's a 5-point Skyview advantage with 5.5 to play in the first half. DeBoard out of the elbow. They look at him down low. Instead, Falslip's going to take. And the foul is going to be called on the arm as Tobler knocks it away. Tobler with his first. That's only the third foul of the entire half. 2 on Pineview, 1 on Skyview. With 5:24 left to play in the half, that makes the game move along nicely. The last game we saw was a lot of whistles in that ball game. And that one took a while. Into the backcourt, Lee goes and gets it. Lee works on O'Donnell, now gives it off to Falslip. Falslip works away from a double. Back to Lee. Left baseline. Goes to Horman, who's in the ball game now. Now back to Falslip. Falslip chucks it up at the bucket. He'll go to the line. You heard the whistle, threw it up at the bucket, and it looks like Gavin Bateman. Nope, we're going to call it on Dallin Brown. 32 and not 12. Third team foul now on Pineview. And Falslip will go to the line. He's got 2 points. Just a sophomore. He and DeBoer, both just sophomores. Huge contributors to this Skyview team, and they're going to be around for a while. Falslip hits them both. So 4 now from Mason Falslip, back out to a 7-point Skyview lead at 22-15. We're going to shoot free throws on the other end as Brooksby's fouled. It's Bradford who gets his second. He's got both the Skyview's fouls. Brooksby, a 6'3" junior, at the line for the first charity pitches of the game for Pineview. And this is the first. You can hear the Skyview student body come alive and try to take his mind off what he's doing. Brooksby hits 1 of 2. Both teams have scored 6 points here in this second period. It's a 22-16 Skyview lead. DeBoer looked at a 3, but Bateman closed out in a hurry. Now DeBoer's got a better look, too hard. Dean with the board. Dean loses it, gets it back out to Falslip. His 3, short and rebounded by Pineview. Approaching the midway point of this second period, 22-16 Skyview. Turnaround jumper, rims around and in by Dallin Brown. It's a 4-point Skyview lead at 22-18, and we're under 4 minutes to play in the half. Falslip high posted Dean. Dean just back playing, I believe, in his second game back. Shoulder injury, and he turns in and scores. Hurt his shoulder a little bit in playing football, and what a season it was for the Bobcats. Knocked out in the semifinal game by Orem, the eventual champs. Heck of a season for Skyview. Here's a block by Dean, taken down by Skyview. Dean on the other end tries to finish, leaves it short. Falslip, he can't put it back in, and it's rebounded out of there by O'Donnell. He throws it forward to Bateman, and it's knocked out of bounds by Skyview. Golden opportunity to add to the lead for the Bobcats if they can do it. It's 24-18 with 3:21 to play in the first half. Skyview with the lead. Farish comes into the ball game. Tobler's in, and he's going to trigger into Farish. O'Donnell kicks it cross court to Moore, who's also into the ball game, fresh off the bench. O'Donnell, long 3 over Falslip, won't go. Rebound, Wilson tries to get position on Moore, but Moore comes up with it. Another offensive rebound for Pineview. Long time in the key for Brown. They don't get him as he steps out just in time. Farish, baseline jumper from the left side. Actually, it was a short corner jumper, and he doesn't connect. And rebounded out of there by Skyview. Here's Falslip. Falslip walked. The official right on top of it didn't call it. The one from the far side did. He took a couple of steps, though, before he put it down on the ground. And that's a turnover for Skyview, only their second. 2:39 to play as Falslip with a steal. Lean in, miss it, go to the line as Brown fouls him. Falslip with his second steal. He's got 2 free throws coming. hits the free throw. Falsliv's hit 3 free throws in a row. He's got 5 points, all here in this second period. And misses the chance to have 4 free throws in a row. So he's 3 out of 4, 5 points, 2.5 to play in the half. Skyview 25-18. O'Donnell kicks it over to Moore. Corner 3, too hard. Farish has a block from behind by Falsliv, and Wilson is fouled. Looks like Farish with a push. Wilson not happy about it. See, Wilson's a linebacker, and he's not going to put up with any jump. He's not having it. And the official turned around to him and said, hey, I got it. Don't worry about it. And Farish picks up his first foul. Falsliv, 3. Off the front of the iron, ball free. It's Dean who comes up with it and puts it in the hole. Andrew Dean with 4. Quietly, Skyview has opened up a 9-point lead, 27-18. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Falsliv blocks the path of O'Donnell, and he's going to get called for the foul. For Falsliv, his first, 3rd team foul on Skyview, 5 team fouls on Pineview. DeBoard comes into the ball game, and Horman sits down. High post to Brown, back to Tolbert. Tolbert's hit 1-3, looking at another one, too hard, rebounded by Moore, another offensive rebound. Pineview keeping themselves going with offensive boards. Brown from the free throw line, corner to Moore, his 3, good. Hunter Moore with 2 3-pointers in the half. He's got 6 points, and that's the Skyview lead. 6 points, 27-21 with 1:22 to play in this first half. And a timeout Skyview. Coach Hilliard taking the chance to talk to one of the officials on the timeout. He doesn't like what he's being told. Not sure what he's pointing out. But he doesn't like the answer that Chris Reed gives him. Veteran officiating crew out here on the floor tonight for this tournament. Only 8 fouls called in this first half. With 1:22 left in the half, they've let the teams play. 5 turnovers for Pineview, only 2 for Skyview. Skyview's beaten Bonneville, Canyon View, and Snow Canyon. Lost to Highland of Idaho. Kirk Hilliard's in his 7th year. Really, their only returning starter is Mason Falsliv. Pineview returns no starters. Skyview returns the 1. Skyview with the ball in a 6-point lead, under 1:15 to play here in this first half. Looking for Dean, cutting through, he can't find him, and then Lee loses the ball. Falsliv gets it back. Dean to Wilson, 2 points. Kobe Wilson has 8 points, a nice piece of passing there by the Bobcats after the takeaway. Under 1 minute to play. Lee knocks that one down. Tolbert gets it back, an 8-point Skyview lead. 45 seconds to play in the half. Jack O'Donnell has not scored. He averages 11 a game. In fact, I don't know that he's even attempted a shot. Tolbert's got 5. He's hit 2 out of 3 shots. He didn't attempt a shot until the second period. 19 seconds, and the clock runs. Pineview looks to hold for the last shot of the half. 29-21 Skyview. Falsliv steps out. Tolbert gets around it. 3 on the way for O'Donnell. Won't go. Rebounded by DeBoard. Quickly to midcourt. He turns it over. Tolbert at the buzzer. Won't go. And that's the end of the first half. Skyview with the 8-point lead. 29-21 over Pineview. We'll take time out and be back with the second half. You're watching the game.
When I finally got tired of playing through knee pain, I went to a surgeon I'd heard good things about. Best choice I ever made. My doctor was great, but so was the hospital. They presented me with all of my options, and they took time to help me make decisions. That's the way it should be. That's what led to this moment. And that look on Phil's face.
Before your moment of truth, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
Billy Goat Ruffians. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
With Discount Tire. I own quite a few vehicles, more than I should. Discount Tire always takes care of me. I go down there, I feel like part of the family. They keep records of everything they've done to every one of my vehicles. They keep better records than I do. I go in there, I don't bother checking prices. Their prices are awesome. I need an inspection, I call them, wow, come on down, we'll take care of you. In fact, I have a vehicle down there right now, and that's what they said, come down, we'll take care of you. They're just great people. You go in there, it's a homey atmosphere. Their waiting area, gosh, got a TV going on, it's very comfortable. It's always very comfortable, summer, winter. They just do a great job, but more importantly, they take really good care of my vehicles. They're really good guys.
Hi guys, Raleigh. This is Fernando with the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving out free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gia's in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that. Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution. Honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
PCs Unlimited is Cache Valley's first choice for all things computer. For over 20 years, our friendly and knowledgeable staff have been there to help you with on-site and in-store service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all of your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. come see the professionals at PC's Unlimited, 610 North Main in Logan.
Something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And I was thoroughly confused. I had no idea where to go. There are so many options.
Say the word pass.
And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word red.
And I am here to tell you, it was like night and day. The minute I walked in the first place, but learning more about him, having him tell me a little bit about him and his qualifications. And I know he's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD. So I knew that he had spent many, many years and had a lot of experience. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. Very, very well worth it. And I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Hi, I'm Sydney Barlow, and I'm a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I'm honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats! Hi, I am Kylie Griffin. I am a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I am honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats!
Honestly, my favorite sound in the world is that swish in the net. During practice, I strive to hear that every time I shoot the ball, just because it's what perfection is. I was probably 1 year old when I had a basketball in my hand. My dad has coached basketball since before I was born.
She would come to my practices and start dribbling the ball, and eventually she was picking it up a lot quicker than some of my high school athletes.
The role of a point guard is to make the right decisions in critical situations, and I think that helps me a lot in my life.
She works every single day. It's really motivational that she can do all that, especially for me because I take that from her.
I've always been told in the past that my body type is not fit for Division I basketball. I'm not strong enough, or I'm not tall enough, or I'm not quick enough, but I don't care because I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to that level.
She has a really great outlook on things, and she's quite mature in that way, not letting failure keep her down.
My parents and my family have sacrificed so much for me. I owe it to them to be the best person, athlete, and student that I can be no matter what, and that's what I strive to do every day.
All the hard work that she's put in that nobody has ever seen, it's incredible. She can never make me not proud of her.
I don't fear failure. I fear not reaching my full potential because I know in my heart that I can be something bigger than I am right now.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
that's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, tossed with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the Ader to make the Baconator.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Give that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. Free logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Welcome back to Smithfield Skyview High School. Eric Olson along with you on the game of the week. Skyview against Pine Views. A couple of views. One looking at pretty green trees, the other staring off into space. As Skyview leads this ball game 29-21. We're just about 75 seconds away from the second half. And for Pineview, they were led by Hunter Moore. Hunter Moore tied for the lead in all scoring tonight with 6. 5 points for Taylor Tobler, 2 for Dallin Brown, 3 for Gavin Bateman, 4 for Jacob Farish, and a point for Brooksby. Tied with that leading scorer with Moore is Kobe Wilson. 6 points. Pardon me, I missed a bucket there. He's got 8 points, so he is the leading scorer in the game. He had 6 in the first period. 8 points for Kobe Wilson to lead all scores. 5 apiece for DeBoard, Lee, and Falsliff. 4 for Andrew Dean, 2 for Radford. Horman and just Horman played, did not score there in that first half. O'Donnell didn't score for Pineview. Neither did Moten or Hopper. Skyview with that 29-21 lead. They led 16-10 at the end of one, and they outscored Pineview 13-11 there in that second period. Pineview's used 9 players. Skyview's used 7. DeBoard, Wilson, Lee, Falsliff, and Dean, just like they started the game. Of course, Skyview will go up against Bateman, O'Donnell, Moten, Tobler, who's down low trying to handle Dean. Dean has it knocked away by Tobler, and then Farish. So both teams starting the second half the same way they started the game. They had the favorable matchup, Dean against Tobler, but Tobler's quick hands knocked it away from Dean. Now Skyview has to start over. Falsliff with it. Moten tasked with the job of slowing him down. He's done a pretty good job so far. Short corner jumper fake by Dean. He drives to the bucket. 2 and 1. O'Donnell said hit him in the head. O'Donnell with his first foul of the game, and Dean now with 6. He'll go to the line, looking to make it an 11-point Skyview lead. He does. 7 points for Andrew Dean. Just returning from an injury a couple of games in the last couple of games. Making a difference in this one tonight. Farish back out to Tobler. Now here's Bateman playing catch with Moten. Bateman works on Lee. Leaves it off for Tobler. They've done a pretty good job limiting his looks. Averages almost 20 points per game. He's only got 5. Skyview in that zone, and here's Moten getting inside of it. A block by Dean, and the board saves it. Back to Falsliff. Into the front court. Falsliff spins left, turns it over. Out of control was the sophomore, and he turns it over. Tobler to Farish. Farish, this little turnaround, sweeping hook, and a whistle on the ball. Hit the end line. It'll stay on this end. Gets it in to O'Donnell. It's blocked. Blocked by the Bobcats. Looked like Lee. Here's the lob to Dean from Falslip. Dean with 9. It's a 34-21 Skyview lead. Skyview picking him up at midcourt. Bateman has it knocked away. They're going to call a foul late on Falslip. He fell down and kind of reached out and tripped up Bateman and gets the foul. That's the second personal for Falslip. They announced it just now as his first. That's his second. Bateman looking for some help. Has to go way out front to Moten. Tobler hands it back off to Bateman, and they'll reset against the Skyview zone. High post, they go to O'Donnell. Moten kicks it back into him. Turnaround jumpers. He turns to his right. Won't go. DeBoard has it knocked away by Farish, and then Farish finishes. Turnover for Skyview. They have 6, and Farish has 6 points. 34-23. DeBoard couldn't hold. Farish took it away and scored. Here's the lob to Falslip, knocked away and out of bounds. It goes off of Moten. They saw it coming, and Falslip points up and says, "Hey, get it up a little bit higher." What they did need to do was a little bit of a low pass. That's a tough pass to throw. You watch it in college and especially the pros, and they make it look so easy. It's a tough pass to throw it just right and at the right time. Lob out to Falslip from DeBoard. 5.5 to play in the third, an 11-point Skyview lead. Moten checks Falslip. Falslip lean in, scoop, score. Falslip with 7. And here's a steal by Lee. Lee, pull-up jumper, good. Lee with 7. Timeout Pineview as they've turned the ball over 7 times in this game. And Skyview has built a 15-point lead at 38-23 with 5:14 to play in the third period. Andrew Dean has scored 5 points here in this third. Falslip and Lee have scored the other 4 as they've outscored Pineview 9-2. To take a 15-point lead. Cole DeBoard comes into this one averaging 11.5 per game. He had 5 there in the first half. Colby Wilson averages 10.5. He's got 8. Peyton Lee averages 8, and he's got 7. Andrew Dean, he's got 9 points. He averages 4.5. Falslip has been pulled down a little bit. He's about halfway to his total. Average total of 15 points a game. He's got 7 here so far tonight. But on the other side, Taylor Tobler has 5. He averages 19. Jack O'Donnell has not scored. He averages 11. Dallin Brown has 2 points. He averages 10. Hunter Moore averages 4.5, and he's got 6 here to lead, along with Jacob Farish, to lead the scoring for Pineview. Bateman in trouble. Gets it back as he has it knocked away. And now they'll probably call DeBoard for diving after that ball and going into Bateman's feet. The official takes a look at him as he walks down the court. DeBoard smartly just turns away and walks away as he wasn't happy about the call. DeBoard with his first foul, second Bobcat infraction. Pineview trails by 15 with 5 minutes to play in the third period. They only have 23 points. They're really trying to take the ball out of Tobler's hands. Moten fakes the 3, drives in, gives it back to O'Donnell. His 3, good. His first points of the game. 38-26. Falslip uses the Wilson screen. Oh, underneath, Lee is all alone. Falslip finds him, and Peyton Lee with 9. He was all alone for what seemed to him, I'm sure, like an eternity before they finally spotted him. And when he did get the ball, he was still all alone, and he just turned in for the easy layup. 40-26. Moten back out front to Tobler. Moten's got a three if he wants it. He does. Short. Rebound. O'Donnell out front to Tobler. His way off the mark. Wide to the left. Falslip. Dribbling through traffic. Leads it back to Wilson. It's knocked out of bounds. By who? Pineview. Dallin Brown knocks it away. Hunter Moore will replace Michael Moten. Moten's been tasked with the job of checking Falslip, and he's done a pretty good job of it. Nice inbounds play as Wilson's in double figures with 10. 42-26, a near steal, but Tobler picks it up before any Bobcats can react. They knocked it away. It was rolling toward two Bobcats, and they were just kind of looking at it, and Tobler goes and grabs it. O'Donnell is fouled, and it looks like it's going to be Falslip's third. Let's see. It is. He's going to have to take a seat. Malik Horman will replace him. Brown, jumper, won't go, rebounded by Kobe Wilson. Wilson quickly ahead to Horman. Dean, DeBoer, too hard. Rebounded by Skyview. Back to DeBoer from Lee. Hold DeBoer with 7, and it's an 18-point Skyview lead. Hopper into the ball game with it. O'Donnell kicks it out to Moore. Moore, push shot won't go. Rebounded by Brown, and he's fouled. 2 free throws coming for Pineview. Malik Horman picks up his first foul. It's the 4th team foul for Skyview. First free throws of this second half for Pineview. But Falslip's going to come back into the game with 3 fouls. Lee will sit. Second free throw good by Brown. Falslip looks down low to Dean. Dean splits the defenders, misses, fights for the rebound, falls backwards, throws it up. DeBoer's got it. Now to Falslip. They set it back up. It's DeBoer in the corner. And a 3-second call on Dean. So that's a Skyview turnover. That's their 7th. Pineview also with 7. Under 2.5 to play here in the third. 44-28. Skyview with the 16-point lead. Only 7 points in this quarter for Pineview. Let's make that 10. As Hunter Moore hits his 3rd triple of the night. He's got 9 points. Falslip pulls up on the other end. He misses. Rebounded out of there by Moore. Quickly to Tobler. Tobler has to turn away, and he gives it back to Moore. Hopper at Brown, high post. Instead he finds Tobler. Tobler back out to Hopper. Now Brown steps in. Floater from 13 is good. A little 5-point mini run. And now it's 44-33. It was an 18-point lead for Skyview, and now it's 11 with 1:39 on the third quarter clock. 4 fouls on Skyview, 1 on Pineview, and a 30-second timeout for Skyview. Coach Hilliard wants to talk this one over a little bit. You don't want to let Pineview off the hook here in the waning moments of this third period and let them get back into the ball game and give them a chance. And close out the third period strong. If you're Skyview, then you may be able to coast home in the fourth quarter. Pineview's a long way from home. They were here last night playing. Sleeping in unfamiliar beds in out-of-town environs. Seems to make young kids want to stay up late, have a little fun. Maybe they feel like if they can finish strong here, Pineview just might run out of gas. Wilson, turn around, put it up, miss it. Rebounded by Brooksby. Lob down to Tobler. He backs it out, and now we're on the other end with Moore. High post to Brown. They play elbow, short corner post. Now they're back to this side. Turnaround jumper by Brooksby won't go. Falsliv with the board. Falsliv on the run, and Tobler picks up the foul for Tobler, his second. Just trying to slow Falsliv down, and his coach is hollering at somebody, the Pineview coach is, and I don't know if he was saying, hey, good job for slowing that down and letting us set up our defense, or just telling his player, hey, it's okay. 7 turnovers for Pineview, 7 for Skyview. 1:02 on the clock. We're in the third period. Skyview with an 11-point lead. They've led by as many as 18. Lee under to Horman, and a foul call. Taylor Tobler just picked up his third. So the leading scorers for both teams have 3 fouls. Tobler and Falsliv. Falsliv on the left side. Falsliv with 9. Back out to a 13-point Bobcat advantage with 40 seconds left in the third period. Tobler's bumped, and that's going to be the 5th team foul on Skyview. And you don't want to do that. You got to guard without fouling as Horman picks up his second, because 2 more fouls and Pineview shooting free throws the rest of the way. O'Donnell triggers into Hopper. Moten's back into the ball game. He passes it off to Moore, then gets it back. We're on the other side now. O'Donnell, 3-pointer. Won't go. Rebounded by Moore and put back. Hunter Moore with 11. An 11-point advantage for Skyview, 46-35. 10 seconds to play in the period. We're in the third. 5 seconds. Falsliv takes a look at the clock. Raises, fires, misses. Rebounded by Wilson at the buzzer, and it's short. 46-35 as we head to the fourth. Skyview leading Pineview on the game of the week.
I don't like gyms. Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Skyview leading Pineview 46-35 here at Skyview in the North versus South tournament. Eric Olson along with you as we cover the nightcap of the Friday night action. Friday action. We had games all day long here. Ridgeline. There's too many ridges and everything else. Ridgeline played Snow Canyon earlier today, and Mountain Crest played Canyon View earlier today. Canyon View beat Mountain Crest. Ridgeline beat Snow Canyon. And Skyview is 8 minutes away from handing Pineview their first loss of the season, but there's still a lot of time in this game for a team like Pineview that can put some points up in a hurry. 46-35, Skyview. Pineview gets first possession of this fourth quarter. 3 fouls on Mason Falslev. That's something to keep in mind. Here's O'Donnell. He's been more aggressive offensively here in this second half. And a rebound foul as DeBoard pulls it away from O'Donnell. O'Donnell picks up his second. DeBoard, he plays with a little ornery in him. They don't feed him all day. He's hangry when game time comes around. 7.5 to play in the ball game. DeBoard works on Brown. Gives it up to Lee. Back to DeBoard, a three-pointer, but a foul first. Bateman picks up his first. 2 quick fouls here to start the fourth quarter on Pineview, and we're 5 apiece in the foul category. We haven't even played a minute of this fourth quarter. Skyview by 11, 46-35. Falslev from the left side, reach back, won't go, put up and in. By Radford, the 6'6" senior. He's got 4 points off the bench. 48-35, Skyview. Moulton back to Bateman, Moore in the corner. Bateman comes all the way through, gets the ball, now to Moulton. Moore's going to try a corner three, and he's got it. Moore with his 4th three-pointer. He's got 14 points in the game. Oh, they try to throw that backdoor lob to DeBoard, and you can't quite get up enough to get that one. 8 turnovers now for Skyview. 10-point game, 6:28 to play in the ball game. Skyview not out of the woods yet. Skyview with their 8th turnover just a moment ago. 7 for Pineview. Both teams have taken care of the ball pretty well, and here's a foul as Radford is there. Bateman drives it in. I think that might be a shooting foul. Let's see. Radford picked up his 3rd. Oh, they're going to say it was still on the floor. I think Skyview got a break there. Moulton's alone underneath, and he turns in and scores, and it's a single-digit lead now for Skyview. Moulton with his first bucket of the game, 48-40 with 6 minutes to play in the game. Skyview by 8. Lee lobs down to Radford. Radford turns in and misses, but he was fouled first. Moulton picks up his first foul. It's crazy considering he's been guarding Falslev most of the night. He's not on him now. Now it's Tobler. Falslev works around the Dean screen. Dean rolls to the hoop, gets the pass, puts it in, he'll go to the line. They've got that pick and roll going. He's got 11 points, looking for 12. O'Donnell just picked up his 3rd, 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. 5:42 to play. Dean puts Skyview back up by double digits, 11, as he hits the free throw. He's got 12 points. Averaging 4.5 coming into this game. He's been a big part of it on that pick and roll. He's working himself back into shape after being injured in football. You know, Radford just picked up number 4. Free throws the rest of the way in this ball game for both teams. Both teams are at 7 personal fouls. Is that Brown that's going to shoot him? It is. Dallin Brown, 6 points. misses. Alan Brown averages almost 10.5 a game, and he's got 6. Tobler's the guy, though, that Skyview's done a good job on. He averages 19 points a game. He's got 5 points with 5:10 remaining in this ball game. Falsliv shaking, baking, and a foul. Are they going to call it on Bateman on the reach? It is on Gavin Bateman. Bateman's second and 1-1 for Falsliv. And this game has moved along quickly because there haven't been a lot of free throws. And now there's going to be free throws the rest of the way. Falsliv hits the first. Falsliv in double figures with 10. Hits them both. 11 for Falsliv. Kobe Wilson checks into the ball game, and Radford takes a seat. Kobe Wilson's played a nice game. He's got 10 points. Moten traveled. He took 2 steps before he put the ball on the floor. We saw Falsliv do that earlier, and he got called for it, and then Moten got caught for it almost in the exact same place. So Skyview's pushed that lead back out to 13 after it was cut to 8. Here's a steal by O'Donnell. Falsliv gives it away. O'Donnell gets the rebound back after he misses the first one, and Falsliv looks like he might be hurt. Falsliv is holding his ankle. Falsliv went after it. He turns it over. It wasn't a good pass by Falsliv, and he turns it over. He comes back, tries to make it right, make up for it by swatting the shot, and as he comes down on somebody's foot, and he turns that ankle. He's had trouble with it already thus far this season. It's a 11-point lead, for Skyview, and Falsliv's going to go to the bench. Who knows for how long? Pineview hasn't used as many players in this second half as they did in the first. And Skyview will trigger inbounds up by 11 with 4:45 to play, and Mason Falsliv is on the bench. He's injured. He's hurt his ankle. He's got his face buried down in his jersey, so that does not look good. The board goes into Dean. Dean kicks it back out. 3 on the way. Good! Malik Horman with the long ball. A 14-point lead now for Skyview. They lead by 14 with 4:20 left, and here's the steal. Lee has Horman. Horman in trouble, and he's fouled as he tries to spin in. Tobler tries to tie him up, and he ends up going across his arms. A 14-point Skyview lead, trying to hand the first loss of the season to Pineview. Tobler with his 4th foul. Bateman will replace him. So both teams' leading scorers coming into this game are on the bench. Tobler with foul trouble and Falsliv with a bad wheel. Horman has scored 4 straight for Skyview. For the Panthers, that was their 9th turnover. Horman's looking to make it 5 straight. Second one won't go. It's a 57-42 lead for Skyview. Falsliv's up off the bench. He's testing his ankle back off on the sideline. Horman with a turnover as he knocks it away. He forces the turnover. He knocks it away. He comes in for the injured Falsliv and makes an immediate impact. 3:55 to play in the game. Horman with 4 straight points and a steal for Skyview, and he pushes Skyview's lead back out to 57-42 after it had been cut to 53-42. And now Skyview with the ball back and a chance to increase that lead, and they take a timeout to talk about it. So I'm watching Falsliv over there walking around. Now he's back around the huddle. He was walking around over, you can go past the bench and go toward the locker room area under the stairs over there, under that mezzanine. And he was walking around back there, kind of hopping around, testing that ankle. You know, you turn one of those ankles really bad, pop it real good, it's going to be an issue all season long. You know, some of them you do them bad enough, you're dealing with it for years afterwards. Let alone a season in which you're playing every other night and practicing every day. He's going to stay on the bench as Falsliff leading by 15. Skyview may just be careful with Falsliff and keep him on the bench. Now, these games are nice to win, but it's really region when you need people ready to go. Horman to Wilson. Wilson bounce pass in is knocked away, and Skyview with their 10th turnover. 3:40 to play in the game, a 15-point Skyview lead. O'Donnell gets around his man, fades left, misses. Moulton with the board. Here's Bateman, and he's fouled out front by Horman. That's going to be free throws coming. Bateman goes to the free throw line. Horman picks up his third. Well, it looks like Falsliff's going to come back into the game. He's at the scorer's table as the free throw is good by Bateman. Bateman, his first point of the second half, he's got 4. And stays at 4 as Dean with another board. Approaching the 3-minute mark of this ball game as Lee works against Bateman. Falsliff with it. Sat out for a while with a gimpy ankle after coming down on somebody's foot. See how he moves. He looks like he's fine so far. A lot of it is just mental. Can you deal with it, with the pain? Can you deal with knowing that you could roll it over at any second and just not worry about it? There's a lot of young athletes that have to figure that out. DeBoard fakes the 3, gets it into Dean. Dean sets the screen, rolls off it. DeBoard hits him, and Dean scores again. 14 for Dean. He might be your player of the game for Skyview. I would think that would be a fair assessment. Falsliff sticks a wing out there and knocks that one down. It goes out of bounds off of Mason. 59-43, 2:28 to play in this ball game. Skyview looking to improve to 4-1. And again, hand Pineview their first loss. Moulton's 3 from the corner. Won't go, rebound up and over the back of Kobe Wilson is O'Donnell. For O'Donnell, that's his 4th. And we'll have free throws coming at the other end. That was a nice box out by Wilson, and O'Donnell just kind of jumped up and over him. You can do that as long as you don't make contact with the guy. You can reach all the way over top of their head and down in front of them if you don't touch him. But the difference is, on that one there was some contact. Wilson goes to the free throw line. It's his first trip there. He's got 10 points. He misses the first free throw. Tobler's come back in. Wilson for one more. Wilson hits the second. 5 of 7 in this 4th quarter from the free throw line for Skyview. Pineview is 1 of 3. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Skyview in control by 17. Moulton has it tapped away by Falsliff, but it goes right to his teammate. The free throw line jumper by Brown rolls off the front of the iron. Falsliff with it to Wilson, now to DeBoard. All alone underneath is Lee. They see him, turn it in and lay it in. Peyton Lee with 11. That's going to put this one away. It's a 19-point Skyview lead with 90 seconds left in the game. 62-43, a foul that didn't need to be committed by DeBoard on the baseline against O'Donnell. O'Donnell will go to the free throw line. If you're DeBoard, just get out of the way, let him go. It's a 19-point game with 1:29 left. And Skyview's going to empty the bench. So a hand for the starters. Cole Smith out there. John Bergeson out there for Skyview. Spencer Sorensen comes out as well as Braden Radford. Radford's played earlier in this game. He's had some time on the court. O'Donnell, 1-1, hits the first. Lee stays on the court for Skyview. O'Donnell misses the second. He's got 6 points. He averages 11 a game. They've held him and Tobler between them to 11 points. They average almost 30 points a game between the two of them. Bergeson is fouled. He's going to get a chance to go to the line and score. 1:16 to play in an 18-point ball game. Going to be 2 shots. That's the 10th team foul on Pineview. A lot of fouls here in the second half. The first half there weren't many at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on Pineview. 1, 2, 3 on. There were 8 total fouls in the first half. 14 here in this half. So Tobler fouls out with 5 points. That's a big storyline in this one tonight. Your storylines are Tobler and O'Donnell averaging nearly, well, not nearly, they average 30 a game, being held to 11 between the two of them. And Andrew Dean with 14 and a bunch of rebounds. 53-44. Bergeson scores. There's another turnover. Pineview with their 10th. Under a minute to play now. Skyview just needs to run out the clock, leading by 19. See if they can dribble for that long. Can keep the ball. Jace Wright has the ball, and then he hands it off to Cole Smith. Now Bergeson with it. There's 30 seconds left in the ball game. Skyview's going to hand Pineview their first loss of the season. Skyview in convincing fashion over the Panthers. 14 points for Dean. 11 points for Falslip. 11 points for Peyton Lee. Colby Wilson with 11. Just a very balanced effort by the Bobcats. 14 for Hunter Moore to lead the way for Pineview. Bergeson has 1 point. He's going back to the line looking for some more. Dawson Butler into the ball game for Skyview. He got a big hand when he came in, the 6'1" junior. Bergeson hits the free throw. It's a 20-point game. And Bergeson will take a seat. Got a chance to play and put some points up. 64-44. Hopper with the straightaway 3 won't go. Knocked away by Cole Smith with 4 seconds to play. David Carver's in the ball game as well for Skyview. Jace Wright's out there as well. 2 seconds, 1 second. Hopper with a long one and a 20-point win for Skyview over previously undefeated Pineview. So tonight the North teams do a little bit better than the South teams, at least in those last two games. Ridgeline and Skyview both winning. Thanks for joining us in the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for